Yes, it is time.
All right, good evening, everybody. Just a new current events live stream. I'm Mike,
Hello.
also known as Turn Leftist. We got Joseph Ryan Banks. We got Jared, also known as Camo Mate.
That's me.
What's going on, you guys?
Hello.
Hello.
Not much. Not much.
Hanging out. We got the Trump executive order on this on the screen here. Let me read through some of this. So I said on the stream or in the description we were going to talk about. Oh yeah, we should talk about Gaddafi, that GDF channel, which like I've been a big fan of for a while. So I didn't know that he was like just allowing a bunch of anti-Semitism in his comments or like implying it in his videos. But
Oh
Jared
yeah.
brought that to my attention, so that's on the docket tonight. But we can start with this thing here. We got countering domestic terrorism and organized political violence, September 25th, 2025, from the White House. Let's see. By the authority vested in me as president, by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby direct the following: Section 1, domestic terrorism and organized political violence. Heinous assassinations and other acts of political violence in the United States have dramatically increased in recent years, mostly due to the right wing. That's my editorial lesson here.
Yep.
Even in the aftermath of the horrifying assassination of Charlie Kirk, some individuals who adhered to the alleged shooter's ideology embraced and cheered this evil murder while actively encouraging more political violence. This was preceded by the 2024 assassination of a senior healthcare executive and the 2022 assassination attempt against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Who attempted to assassinate that guy? I don't remember that. Do you guys remember that?
No.
I remember
Wow.
I noticed he
That's
doesn't
pretty
mention
funny.
like the Democrats that were killed at their house just by a crazy right wing gunman who showed up at their door and shot them. I noticed that does not make the cut in his executive order here.
They're not martyr worthy.
Yeah, that was great. That was crazy because they just like shot those people in their fucking house. Like that's way more. That's just way more weird
That's
and
just like
disturbing than
typical
like
cop behavior,
shooting.
honestly.
Yeah, but then like shooting Charlie Kirk, who was a what's the word I'm going to look? A merchant of bigotry and hatred. Shooting that guy in a public
Yeah.
square is worse than having two like milk toast Democrats who've done nothing. What? Just shooting them in their fucking house. Like you found out where they lived and you went there and you shot them. It's like such a
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even know
it's
what they
very
were. Like, I don't
weird.
think they were like super high level politicians, but just the fact that they were like, I don't know, political figures. And again, milk toast. Like, who were they really? What were they really up to? You know what I mean? In the big scheme of things. Whereas Charlie Kirk has influenced tons. And not to say that like it matters either way. Like my take on this, like since we're getting into the whole like what take do we have about this new "it's illegal to be leftist in America" executive order? I just am glad that I have for the last couple of years been saying that there is no coherent left in the U.S. and that the left that such as it exists, I don't support them. I don't
Mhm.
stand by their adventurous bullshit or their like hippy dippy tactics of like mutual aid and protests. Um, I just don't like I have been saying that on my platform, on my very public platform, to anyone who will listen, to people who don't want to hear me say it. I've been bugging everyone with it. I just don't care about like the Antifa, like such as that exists. Like I can't take them seriously until they start to form like a vanguard party. And that's why I also have this like weird grudge against all the other people who are using their platform to cheer on the meaningless kind of milquetoast left that exists rather than direct people toward the actual ways a meaningful left that threatens power is built. Like all I can keep thinking of is like people feel like they're doing something powerful because they're getting arrested and harassed by the cops, and it's like no, they arrest you for giving out food to the homeless. That doesn't mean that that threatens power. That just means that they will arrest you for any little thing. Like it's not revolutionary to do that, as much as it may feel good or feel like you're sticking it to the man. Like there's a lot of things that we are up to as the left, podcasting included, meme pages included. Like, don't take it the wrong way and think that I am a revolutionary. Again, I am not an activist. I'm just telling the activists with my public platform that they're not doing such a great job. Because I feel like that's a good way to use the digital. It's like if you're just going to re-encourage the people who are like again losing, like objectively losing. We are objectively losing to the fascism here in the West. If you're just going to tell everyone that they're doing a great job when they're objectively not, like that's damaging. Like I think that's actually doing a disservice to any kind of movement. I don't know. You guys have any take before I go on with this?
No, I completely agree. Like all of the Antifa like emotional libidinal rioting, quote unquote, the peaceful protests and stuff. It's all done specifically like if they it's kind of like voting, you know, like if it made any difference, they wouldn't let you do it. It's the same thing with protest and mutual aid and all that shit. It doesn't
Gun
actually
ownership.
it doesn't achieve anything.
Yeah, also.
You know,
Gun ownership as well.
Yeah, gun ownership, like it's just another way of customizing your character. It's not gonna actually influence the plot of things. It's not gonna change the story. It's just gonna keep everybody locked into the narrative of the rich and the powerful. You know.
Yeah, all these people who are like posting shit lately about like, oh, you need to arm your friends, this, that. It's like you're not gonna fucking do anything. I saw some posts. I saw some posts that was like, it was ICE agents, right, breaking into someone's house without a warrant, and then they were like, "Isn't this grounds for castle doctrine?" Blah blah blah. And it's like, bro, those laws exist so that white people can shoot minorities. That's why those laws exist. Castle doctrine, stand your ground, exists so that you can shoot minorities without consequences. That's why those laws exist. If you're any kind of like marginalized person and you try to like claim self-defense in any situation, number one, it'll never go to court because the police will just murder you in the street. Number two, if it did go to court, you would lose. Obviously, you would lose. Like people are this fucking fantasy about like the Second Amendment or whatever. Meaning anything. Like it doesn't. It's for white people to shoot minorities. That's what it's there for. Like
And other white people.
And other white
Yeah,
people.
oddly enough.
Yeah.
It's for shootings. It's the amendment that's like for school shooters. It's the school shooter amendment. That's all it's for. Like, I don't know. I'm like, Americans should just like, you should just have your guns taken away. I'm sorry, but like, you don't do anything. Like, Americans don't do anything with their guns. They're not revolutionary. They're not. All you do is shoot. Not you guys specifically, but who knows? Maybe in the future. But
all I do is shoot cardboard, bud.
Yeah. But like all they do is anytime someone does do anything with a gun, it's to shoot a bunch of school kids. And it's like, all right, well maybe you just shouldn't have them. Like, I'm sorry, like
Yeah. I'm just shooting ropes. I'm not shooting anything. You know.
Like I don't I'm not gonna come like out in favor of gun control. Like I will stand by just the take that I've always had regarding guns, which is that like any gun control measures people are going to make in this country are going to be ineffective because they're not targeting the problems that cause gun violence. They're not targeting the poverty, the massive like alienation, and they're not going after the people who do the gun violence, which is the right wing lone wolf nut jobs. Like they're not going after those people. Those are specifically the people that they leave out, that they carve out loopholes for whenever they make new gun laws, because they really want to just take guns away from like the leftists, the scary people that frighten them, like the trans people. Like that's what they will always target with the gun laws. That's why they keep cultivating that narrative they've done for like the last decade or so, that it's a mental illness problem and not a gun problem, so that they can start targeting the people they can deem mentally ill, which is not going to be like right-wing preppers and like loonies who like are stockpiling guns and beans or whatever. They're going to go after the people they don't like because they have the institutional power.
Yeah.
And it really sucks that like leftists are scared to have institutional power or take it in any way, but that's what you need.
Mm-hmm. That really makes you think, because I had this conversation with some friends the other night, and we were talking about Charlie Kirk and the whole business around that, and I had to explain to them like what adventurism is. Like, you know, when you hang out with your liberal friends and it's like, oh god, let me, you know. But they were like, but didn't you celebrate, or didn't you like, you know, weren't you like kind of giddy about Charlie Kirk getting shot? It's funny.
I don't like the guy. Like,
yeah, like the guy kind of had it coming, but I'm not saying that it is gonna
doesn't change anything. Like, at least not for the better. Like,
exactly, it doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't actually change. Well, the only changes that it causes is that it makes these guys martyrs, and it lionizes and emboldens the right.
They're literally making Antifa illegal because of this. It's like, like I don't know how you guys take that as a victory, other than like you in I guess the war of the left versus the right, you got one, but it's like, and that's a hell of an attrition rate you guys are going on. Like it's not looking good. Like if you count like the cops and the right wingers and all the people that they go out and murder, like the trans genocide is still going on as far as I know. I don't think that's gotten better under Trump. Like,
oh yeah, and really the thing that I think about the most when it comes to like adventurous violence and stuff is like if you don't condemn adventurism, then you have no brain, and if you don't understand adventurism, then you have no heart. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like I can, you know, Lenin talks about like I get why people do it and why it's this thing that like, yeah, hell yeah, like it was such a huge problem in the early 1900s where people were just shooting political figures left and right, and Lenin had to be like, guys, calm down. it's not that important. You know, we were pouring our energy into something that we should be funneling somewhere else.
Yeah, I made this meme earlier today. It just came to me while I was in the shower, and it's the IQ bell curve. And on the low end, you got the Mongoloid guy. He's got the MAGA hat, and he says leftists should leave the U.S. And then the midwit, SOCDEM anarchist in DSA says, I'm going to stay and fight. And then the communist, the smart Marxist says, leftists should probably leave the U.S. Like, if we know what's good for us, we should probably get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah,
not getting a lot of likes. This one's not doing numbers. I'm not going to lie. People don't like to hear this.
I don't think the Charlie Kirk shooting matters that much one way or the other. Like, I know you said he become, but honestly, I've seen the amount people are like talking about him has like dropped off a cliff recently. And it feels even strange talking about it now because like who gives a shit now? Like, people like the news cycle moved on a while ago.
Yeah, it's
and
been like what,
I guess
2 weeks.
Yeah, and the only thing Trump did with this so-called Reichstag fire, which people kept saying it was, is designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. And it's like, okay, does that really change anything? Like, in the US,
they're already
like,
anti-communist to begin with.
Yeah, and it's already more or less illegal to be on the left anyway. So it doesn't really change anything. Like, it's like, and Antifa is not even a organization. There is no organization called the Antifa. So what they do is they'll just say anyone is Antifa and use that to lock them up. But it's like, isn't that what they already did with terrorism? They just call you a terrorist and they can lock you up forever.
I mean, that's
like,
why it has been. I've been saying for a couple of years now. Again, it's just illegal to be a practicing communist. It's illegal to be a vanguardist, like Leninist. Like, you can't do. You'd be a terrorist. Like,
yeah.
So this doesn't change. Yeah. So nothing really has changed at all. Like, I don't know. I don't think anything's actually changed because Charlie Kirk got shot. I think people are making a much bigger deal out of it than yeah. And people stopped giving a shit about like who the shooter was or whether he was like had a trans whatever. Like,
they don't care anymore.
People
They're just still gonna go after the left.
People stop caring because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fucking matter. The shooter is whatever the shooter is whatever bullshit they said straight away. Because that's all people are going to remember. They're like, oh, he's trans. And that's what 90% of Americans remember is the shooter's trans. It doesn't fucking matter what the truth is. Like, it's all this bullshit.
When the fucking FBI, when Kash Patel, I think he's the head of the FBI, he released the his text messages, quote unquote, with his roommate, and it literally reads like Wattpad fan fiction. It's just
is that the guy who's like, I have a Hamas guy.
Yeah,
like, I have a Hamas guy. I'll set you up with my Hamas man that I have.
Dude, you won't believe this. I just shot Charlie Kirk.
Oh my god!
He's like, no way, you did. Like, nobody talks
You
like
did.
this. It's just so.
It's
funny.
funny. I've heard I have seen the text messages in meme form, and so I skimmed them, and I was like, yeah, that looks kind of like silly. And then I've heard various takes on the different podcasts I listen to, and some of them were saying like it seems fake, and then some are like, no, this actually seems like dorks, like people who are like furries or like into this kind of thing. Speaking of animals, I'm reminded again that like this must be like an anniversary of when we started recording. Because Jared, is it like bird season again? It sounds again like you have birds, but it's just probably the birds outside your window. Like, it's crazy.
Can you hear birds again? Oh my god!
So many birds, dude. It's crazy.
Really?
You got a kookaburra right outside your window.
No, it's awesome because that means it's springtime for you, right? Because it's fall for us here.
Yeah. Can you hear that scream? Could you hear that like bird screaming noise? They're,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's a cockatoo. So
nice.
Yeah. Cockatoos are so funny because most birds like tweet tweet tweet, but cockatoos are just like like
what's the bird that like flies at you and tries to kill you when you're walking down the street?
Mag. That's a magpie.
I just saw the other day there was a kookaburra who was too fat to fly. He was so adorable. He was this pudgy little guy. It was the best.
Same.
It's pretty funny.
All right, let me read some more of this executive order from Trumpy Boy over here. So he said, let's see, 2 separate assassination attempts against my own life in less than 3 months took place during the 2024 presidential election cycle. Riots in Los Angeles and Portland reflect a more than 1,000% increase in attacks on U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) officers since January 21st, 2025, compared to the same period last year. Just yesterday, a shooting targeting an ICE facility in Dallas resulted in multiple casualties. Oh, of ICE people or their detainees? Which was it?
Oh yeah.
Separate anti-police and, quote, criminal justice riots have left many people dead and injured and inflicted over $2 billion in property damage nationwide. Think about the property. Won't somebody think of the windows? This political violence is not a series of isolated incidents and does not emerge organically. I mean, I think it does emerge organically. That's kind of exactly how it comes from. It comes from the oppression being squeezed upon people, but whatever.
Mhm.
So that ICE shooting was not an ICE shooting. That person was a right winger who was like, ICE are not killing enough refugees, so he
you think that's what
started
it was,
killing them.
even with the anti-ICE scribbled on there?
Oh, the anti-ice was obviously like written on by a cop, like in Sharpie.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
And if the shooter was anti-ICE, he was just anti-ICE because they're not killing enough brown people. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Like,
it
I
seems
mean,
like
the guy's
feds
dead,
are just
right?
kind-
So we don't know.
Yeah. It seems
yeah,
like,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He can be whatever I say he is.
yeah.
Like,
It seems like
I mean-
the feds are just kind of copy and pasting the same thing over and over again. Like
Right on the
you had
bullets.
you had Luigi written on the bullets, whatever, and then you've got Charlie Kirk writing on his bullets, and then you've got the fucking that guy. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of boilerplate at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. So he says it doesn't. It says it doesn't occur organically. I don't know. He says Trump says instead it is a culmination, and this is all in the executive order. Like he feels the need to explain. Like I don't think executive order have to do that. I feel like you can just say what you're going to do. You can just say like this is the policy now. Executive order signature.
He's overriding. He's
he
going to
feels
need
the
a word count.
justify, so.
Yeah.
Instead, it is a culmination of sophisticated, organized campaigns of targeted intimidation, radicalization, threats, and violence designed to silence opposing speech, limit political activity, change or direct policy outcomes, and prevent the functioning of a democratic society. A new law enforcement strategy that investigates all participants in these criminal and terroristic conspiracies, including the organized structures, networks, entities, organizations, funding sources, and predicate actions behind them, is required. I mean, good luck. I wish those existed. Like, that's my entire take with this whole thing. Oh my God, it goes on for so long.
Jesus.
My entire take is that, like, I got into all of this. I was telling you guys in the Discord the other day, like, I started the Turn Leftist page in September of 2018. So I've been, this is now the anniversary of me posting for, like, what's that, 7 fucking years? And, like, people think that I'm going to, like, get bored if they ban my page. It's like, do you guys have any idea how many pages I'm on at this point? Like, this is at least 12 or 13 at this point. Like, I'm not going to get bored of it anytime soon. Like, I really just enjoy it for the game. Like, I really just enjoy it. Like, even if I have no followers, I have a good time posting because it's fun. But, like,
Yeah.
I do enjoy when I get random people who tell me, like, I actually changed their mind on some things. I turned to them leftist, or, like, turned to them from, like, a vague leftist kind of rad lib into, like, an actual anti-imperialist, or, like, somebody who actually, like, understands historical materialism in some way. Like, that really does mean a lot to me. Like, that makes all the fucking posting worthwhile. That happens quite a bit. Like, it actually does happen. But, like,
Yeah.
I would say the left now is divided amongst these people who, like, because, like I was going to say, when I started doing that back in, like, 2018, I got into it hoping I would find, I didn't know that it was called a Vanguard Party then, but, like, people are looking for what they believe exists, and it's some kind of militant underground movement that has people who are, like, armed and doing, like, actual, like, militant actions against the state, or, like, some kind of infrastructure of the state, like the actors of the state, like themselves, like people who work with, like, these kind of Luigi style assassinations or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but I can tell you, after 7 years in this, it doesn't exist. Like, I think we can say with pretty good confidence that does not exist here in the US. There is no, like, US equivalent of the IRA. And there's, like, the whole left that, or I mean, there's a whole division among the left of people who think that exists, or think that it's possible to, like, make that exist really soon. And, like, other people who are, like, actual anti-imperialists and understand the class struggle between like, what people in the imperial core, like, what their interests actually are and what they actually want out of this, and then contrast that with the third world and what they want, and realize, like, that's not going to happen here because the conditions are not right, and it's probably a good time to, like, leave if you've been LARPing at that and that's going to put you in danger with the state because they're going after anyone who even just LARPs. Like they're just going after the LARPers. Even that's a problem. Like I'm just glad I'm not one of the LARPers right now.
Yeah, I was pretty what's the term, like demystified. I was under the illusion at one point in time that like, yeah, direct action really works. I used to be an anarchist. I used to think that like, cut all the bullshit. Let's just start doing mutual aid and protests and things and never give up. And it's like that's so idealistic to try to think that that will change anything in the current U.S. system.
And it also creates this division among the people who are like out there doing things, and those things are like just whatever you can do in the meantime, like whatever you can do right here, right now, just whatever you can do. That's got to be good, right? It's better than doing nothing, right? And so that's and I mean, I guess it is, but like, there's a lot of people who have died doing just whatever they could. They've died under the like tanks. They've died at the barrel of like imperialist guns, just doing whatever they could at the time. And it's like, damn, like I would just like my friends and comrades not to die. It's a shame they just don't think it's a good idea to get out before they do that. Like,
yeah.
But also sometimes doing nothing is better. Like, if what you're doing is actively counterproductive and it's going to burn you out and it doesn't achieve anything, you are better off doing nothing. And I know 50 million people are going to like call me a fed for saying something like that. But like I've been there, I've done the organizing, I've done all that stuff, and I achieved fucking nothing. And I was what you would call, successful at it. And I achieved nothing. So like,
it's just the same.
I don't know.
Like, we have all the examples, like the level that people are operating on. They're acting like we don't have the examples of World War II to look back on, and it's wild to me because it's like that's a level of kind of like almost stupidity that like I don't want to sound demeaning, but like, or really condescending, and I can't say it any other way, but like, how do you not look at the example and say like, oh shit, like the people of Nazi Germany are not just going to revolt against Hitler internally. You have to leave while the getting's good and then wait for the war. You have to wait for the actual military action. It's like,
yeah,
this might tie into we should start moving on to like different topics. Like we can talk about GDF.
Yeah.
I know you guys wanted to talk about like the grifter list a little bit, but like this does tie in. Like when I see all these people who are literally just trying to build a brand off of leftism, and then they're telling people to do the ineffective things because they're trying to get a wide audience. Like I'm thinking of people like fucking what's his name, Gluten Daddy. Like the whole beef I had with him was because he was worshiping this dude Aaron Bushnell. It's like, okay, great, like I'm glad you like he sacrificed his life. That's very, I guess, honorable in a way, but like that did not stop the genocide. It didn't motivate some kind of like bigger leftist movement here in the US because they don't care about life and death. Obviously, like these people have seen the genocide, and their overwhelming response has been a mass, okay, what's for dinner? Okay, when's the game on? Like, they do not fucking care. Like, they do not care about another life, even if it's a white American boy who was in the military. Like, it's wild, but that they're at that level, and they've made it clear that they are. And when I tell, like, Gluten Daddy that that's, like, an ineffective way, and he should probably stop telling his fans, like, setting yourself on fire is a good praxis, like, and then he gets mad at me and says he's going to debate me and then blocks me because he's a coward. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I would say grifters. Like, they're trying to build a brand and they are lying to you for money because they have to lie to get a wider audience. And like, you can test them. You can test them by like asking them the particular questions about like, do you think this leftist movement exists? Do you think that there's some kind of like militant movement of organized people that like the president should even be going after? And it's like, well, if it doesn't, then what should we really be doing? It's like, we should probably start talking about actually leaving and then organizing in different ways where it's safe to do that in like other countries or whatever, like joining actual communist movements, actual communist parties that exist in other countries. Like,
yeah,
oh man, it's wild. It's just,
I think this is just my prediction. Looking at how things are changing geopolitically with like China becoming a massive like political, geopolitical, and economic superpower. They are doing what Mao did to overthrow Imperial Japan in China. They're surrounding the cities in the countryside. You know what I mean? But like on an international scale. They're doing Mao Zedong like guerrilla tactics by surrounding the imperial core, by creating solidarity with the rest of the global south. And so I think that like on that higher level of national liberation kind of class struggle. That's how any sort of revolutionary change is going to happen in the U.S. We're literally going to have to get surrounded by communist countries until we cannot do anything else. You know, and
a
by
lot of
that
people
time we're
speculate
going to be dead.
balkanization, and that it might happen that way.
That as well. That's the unrest.
I've said this before, but it's going to take your material conditions being so bad that people are starving in the streets. And I get it. Yeah, people will be like, people are already starving in the streets. It's like, shut the fuck up. You know, most Americans are like fine. Like, I'm sorry, but most Americans are living fine. Like, probably. I don't know. I've never been there. But like, I think most of you are pretty fine compared to like the rest of the world. And think about how like in the rest of the world, the third world aren't having communist revolutions and their lives are much worse than yours. Why do you think that people who in the United States who have their little treats are going to become communists without some kind of massive shift in living standards? And I'm not talking about home. People go, oh, look at the rate of home ownership going down. It's like, nah, that's not going to do it. You'll just all rent. You'll rent and you'll be fine. You'll have more and more of your money be taken away because everything gets more and more expensive. But at the end of the day, you'll still have your Nintendo Switch. You'll still have Xbox. You'll still have your little coffees.
You'll be happy.
Yeah, you'll still have your little treats. Your wife will still be getting, fucked by other guys. Like you'll still have all that stuff that you like doing in the United States. Like it's fine. You're not going to have. That's why you're not going to have a revolution anytime soon.
I don't know if this is related, but like Joseph, I think you just brought it up a second ago, talking about like Maoism and like what Mao actually supported. And I sent this to you guys earlier in the chat because it's kind of just like anachronistic. Like this was from the Communist Library Discord, and I think they're anti-socialism with Chinese characteristics. Like I think that they think China is not socialist right now. But this is funny because this is a quote from Mao. Because somebody was asking, they were arguing amongst themselves that China isn't socialist. They were basically just patting each other on the back that China is not socialist. And so they were, and somebody was like, well, source for that quote from Mao, source. And so this guy goes, the policies of the Chinese Communist Party are merely liberal. Our rent reduction is from the old 80, 70, 60% down to the legal by unenforced Kuomintang law, 37.5%. Even this, we only try to accomplish gradually because we don't want to drive away the landlords. Our limit on interest is 10% a year. This is not extreme, though it is much lower than it used to be. Even the most conservative American businessmen can find nothing in our program to take exception to. China must industrialize. This can be done in China only by free enterprise and with the aid of foreign capital. Chinese and American interests are correlated and similar. They fit together economically and politically. We can and must work together. The United States would find us more cooperative than the Kuomintang. We will not be afraid of democratic American influence. We will welcome it. And so this is like, what did this guy, the commentary that they added here, they said, Buttergrad Mao, quote, we must cooperate with USA to industrialize China and our interests coincide with each other. The CPC is liberal. We want to keep landlords. So it's just funny to me because like the basic opinion of like left comms and all the like American leftists who oppose actually existing socialism is that China is capitalist because of like some shit somebody did 40 years ago, like some shit that Mao said or that Deng did. And it's like, again, taking for granted that these are not people, in like just acting like all of Chinese people are robots operating along some kind of guide rails, and as if they're not like making decisions in reality in real time. And they're not calling themselves fucking Marxist and then doing Marxist and socialist things with their economy and their government that we can provably point to all the time with like all these like when I make infographic posts and it outlines like the 3 red lines or like the state-owned enterprises aspect, or like how they have all these different like programs that they'll like bring in animals. They call it like this, like the 3 dragons or something. Like they will literally do like stereotypically shit that like Americans will look at and like be like, oh, they're scary communists, but also capitalist, because whenever they're doing well, they have to be capitalist. But then whenever we want to demonize them, they have to be communist at the same time.
Yeah, it's the same shit with like the Jews, man. They control the world, but also they're weak and tiny, and your enemy is both weak and strong at the same time. Fascist bullshit.
Yeah, it's so it's just so like silly as well when people will be like, oh, China's not socialist, but like if you look at anything said by any like Chinese Marxist, is Chinese Marxists will also say that, and they don't mean it in the bullshit sense that these people mean it. They mean it in the sense that China's like, yeah, we're building socialism, like we're in the process. It's a process. We're not claiming that we've figured everything out already. They're in the process of like building socialism, and they've enacted like socialist policies. It's not the same. It's not like, I don't know, these left comms and whatever they want. They're just utopian. They have utopian, and they're liberal. Like, because utopian thinking like that is liberal. Like, China wouldn't exist as a country now. It wouldn't exist. It wouldn't be run by the CPC if it didn't do the reform and opening up process, because it needed the foreign capital. Otherwise, it would be so underdeveloped. Like, you saw that picture of the same. It was a Chinese train driver, right? The same Chinese train driver from the 90s next to a steam locomotive in the fucking 90s, compared to today in front of a bullet train. Like,
It's pretty awesome.
they went from having steam locomotives to having trains that are better than America's trains by far in 30 years. So it's like, do you think they would have been able to do that if they stayed completely isolated and didn't allow foreign capital into their country? Like,
Probably
no.
not. I mean,
No.
it's. I think Mao and, by extension, Deng Xiaoping were correctly utilizing dialectical materialism and like using the historical materialist approach to guiding their economy and like making economic decisions. Because like, obviously, I mean, what did Deng say? He said that poor socialism isn't socialism. You know, if you want to have a society that meets everyone's needs, well, you need to have the economic basis for that, and you can't do that when everyone's a farmer. You know, it just doesn't work.
It is weird that only the left comms and like anarchists and like soc dems and everything, and then also the neocons and like far right dudes think that socialism means when you're poor.
Yeah.
It's only those two groups for some reason. And I was also wrong. It wasn't the dragons or anything. It was the birdcage economy I was forgetting. So it was me being xenophobic and racist. It's me being racist. Sorry, guys.
The dragons.
Inserting the dragons in there.
It's the birdcage economy, because they you know, the capitalists are the bird, but the CPC is the cage. You know what I mean?
So I think we've covered those two topics. We've successfully covered how it's illegal to be an Antifa or communist in America, and that means you should probably get the fuck out, like we've always been saying. We pretty much covered that, saying that it's not really a meaningful left in America. Unfortunately, there is no Vanguard Party, so you should probably like leave until somebody actually forms that, and then maybe you could join it. For now, the Vanguard Party is the PLA. If you can join the PLA, go for it. They don't take foreign nationals, unfortunately, but they don't. I wish I could. I really, dude, I see those videos, and I wish I could just be in the fucking PLA so bad. Like, because when I was growing up, and like the time for me to have like joined the military when I was like a young impressionable teenager, even then I was like, nah, I don't think I'd like these wars. I think we're fighting for like good things. Like, it seems kind of like a racket. And even then I could tell, I'm like, you guys seem really gung ho about this thing you're about to die for, like this oil. Like, I don't empathize. I'm sorry, you guys. And then I got older. I'm just like, we're like, there's got to be a good cause, like, right? Like, and then I just was in that like anti all government thing. Like, I would have probably been an anti Washington, like neither Washington nor Beijing kind of person for like most of my 20s and like 30s, until I found like the immortal science. And now I'm like, now I wish I could join the PLA. Like, now I wish I could be in it. But like, it took me that long to get to be like an 18-year-old Chinese guy. Like,
do American soldiers know that all their wars were for oil, or do they genuinely believe the bullshit?
I mean, look at them, dude. Talk to them. Like, they're not that smart. They believe it, man.
Yeah,
that's so pathetic. Like, no wonder your wives are getting fucked. Like, I'm sorry, but like,
keep bringing it back to that.
Yeah.
I think Jared's been up to it. I think that's what's going on. Jared's been doing it.
Jared, is there something you need to tell us?
No.
Have you been letting your wife
They go to
make
Australia on
military guys?
vacation, and Jared's like, "Hey, ladies."
I don't know if I should share this. No, I'm going to share it. I did.
Hey, we're live.
I did.
You can't take it back.
I think I did home wreck a soldier's wife once. Oh, that was pretty fun.
Oh my god. That's more praxis than any anarchist can fucking do, man.
Yeah. While he was like deployed, which is pretty funny.
Nice. I think that most U.S. military guys, all of them actually, every single one, is a fascist. It's
Yeah.
not even a question. It's
Dude,
very
it's like
simple.
a recipe for cucking yourself. Like you are either away from home or when you are home, you are abusive and a bad person to your wife. It's like, dude,
Mhm.
like neither way is good. Like
Yeah,
Well,
the times,
that-
the times in my life where
that-
I've been like aggressively hit on by women who were married, it was a soldier's wife and a cop's wife.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Every-
dude, what is the thing? There was like a study. I think Lady is Dahar. I think that's her name. She
Hmm.
talked about how, or maybe it was Revolutionary Thought on YouTube. She talked about how women in the Soviet Union and women under communism have more orgasms. They just they have more sex. They have a better
Yeah, it was
time.
the whole Kristen Gotzi book.
Yeah, that's right. And it's just like America is cucking itself.
I forget when this happened, but someone was yelling at like Mia Khalifa for being a pornography person, and then she was like, yeah, well, you're a veteran, so you basically do the same. You sold your body to the U.S. government. Like it's basically what you've done is like way worse. And it's like, yeah, true, like 100% true. Like she what?
Selling your body.
What? Yeah, well, it's like both instances of selling your body, but the difference is she's not murdering people overseas.
Yeah.
So-
Objectively, being a sex worker is way more awesome than being a fucking soldier in the military. You know.
I forgot that was my profile picture. It was happening.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah.
I disabled my camera by accident. I meant to share this screen, so I'm going to share the Gaddafi thing since we want to talk about that too. Let me go with the
GD
olds.
Says GDF. Is that what GDF stands for? Because I didn't know.
Yeah,
what
so
it's-
his handle used to be Gaddafi.official, and then like anybody else who has like decent leftist content, he got banned a bunch. So I think he was on Instagram and TikTok and like all the usuals, YouTube and everything, and then changed it over to like just GDF at some point.
Dude, Gaddafi's
right.
still alive? Oh my god.
I wish.
he
man.
is. Yeah.
So like what I had known him for was always making like really based content. Like he first made some videos about Gaddafi, how like Gaddafi was actually cool or whatever. And then he made a bunch of videos about like just random things that would like be tanky talking points or something, that like a counter narrative that like gets a lot of hits because it's controversial or whatever. And he would do it in like
Yeah.
a really cool way. A lot of times he'd be like, "Hey guys, we're making some kind of like cool recipe," and he starts off like 30 seconds of like making this like really delicious looking recipe, and then it just smash cuts into, "Did you know the U.S. killed 1 million people in Iraq?" Like, and it was just like be this really shocking content that would just drag you in, which was like really.
Oh, was that
successful.
him?
Yeah, that was all him.
Wow.
That's crazy. And then
He
he
fe- he
became
fell
a,
off.
and then he became a like right wing grifter. So
Yeah.
how about that?
Oh, just a side note quick. I had meant to shout out, since the Instagram chat's not showing up on here. Jacons on Instagram said, quote, "He will die a hero and a martyr," talking about Aaron Bushnell, and then says, "And he was forgotten in like 2 weeks, LMAO." They left. And then they also
Yeah.
said, quote, "Jews benefit from capitalism, but communism is also a Jewish invention." Again, the Schrodinger's anti-capital or anti-communist logic. So
Yeah.
good
Who
input
said
from our
that?
It's Jacons on the Instagram over there when we were talking about different things. I'm just catching up with the chat now. So
Right.
Yeah, it's
Shout
like
out to them.
like the myth, the myth that communism is a Jewish creation, you
Yeah.
know.
A myth. What do you mean?
Well, it's like
created I converted to Judaism, by the way.
I'm actually a Judeo Bolshevik,
I'm
guys.
pretty
Yeah,
sure
I'm a Jew-
Marx like converted to Judaism.
He did.
I'm
I
pretty
don't.
sure
I don't
Marx-
have any sources for that, but yes,
Oh, wait.
he did for sure.
He either converted
Yeah.
to or from Judaism. I can't remember. It was one of the
He was a
other.
rabbi.
Who? Marx? Yeah, no. I think
Jesus.
from memory, Marx was a He converted to Islam. He was a sheikh, just from memory.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. he
Shia
was
or
a sh-
Sunni, whichever is the scariest one.
Oh yeah, whichever one makes you more racist. He was that one.
You know,
The
Karl
one that
Marx
makes-
actually put Sharia law into the Communist Manifesto.
I did see
You
that.
know?
Yeah, he put Shakira law in. I can't believe he did that. Like, I can't believe she put Shakira law in. Oh my gosh.
By law, you got to get a BBL.
Yeah, he put
Karl
the,
Marx with the BBL.
All right, so
put the
let's watch.
Shapiro law in. I can't believe he did that.
Let's watch some of this Bad Empanada video because he does a better job breaking down GDF's like allowing anti-Semitism in his comments than we are going to. This is my source
Yeah.
for it. Like you and you, Jared, and Bad Empanada here. So we'll watch a little bit of this.
Oh yeah,
sure.
GDF is horrible. GDF is a anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist. I gave him too much credit in my video on him. Every video he makes is the same exact theme. Did you know that Israel controls the USA? All of the GDF videos that are like where the USA is a victim of Israel. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 out of the last 12. Possibly this one too. Who really controls the US foreign policy? Israeli flag. I've already gone over the Iraq video. How Israel spies on the United States. How Israel cucked the United States as if the US isn't doing
Could you pause it for a second?
Yeah, I probably can't play too much of his content or we'll get like taken down anyway. So
This is reaction.
So it's not just the comments. It's also like, look at these fucking thumbnails.
mhm.
Like,
Uh-huh.
look at all this fucking groper shit. Like this little Pepe guy, he's got the little cuck guy here. What's his name? The crying soy jack, and
Oh right,
he's saying stuff like Israel controls the USA and stuff like that. And then that most recent video that's like, these Zionists control the media. It's like, how can you be a little bit like less obvious with the dog whistles? Like, this is so like,
Yeah.
it doesn't help pro-Palestine stuff to be posting bullshit like this. You're just playing into like right-wing anti-Semitic narratives. All you're doing is making like the rest of us look bad.
Yeah.
So
It's
clearly
giving Israel. It's giving Israel and Zionists like fuel. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, look, they
Yeah.
can point to that and say, look, they actually do hate Jews. These communists are evil. And it's like, come on, man.
And it's also
Yeah.
it's like doing the wag the dog thing. Like it feels like beating a dead horse. Like with the amount of that we have to say it as like anti-imperialists is that like Israel does not control the U.S. Like Israel and
It's
the
absurd.
U.S. are the same thing. If anything, the U.S. controls Israel and is fully in what do you call it, in lockstep. Like just loves everything that Israel is doing because like what was it? The French politician starts with a B. I can't remember his name, but Borrell said that like Israel is doing the dirty work for us. Like they don't want brown people in the Middle East. They want to control the Middle East and make it like a business friendly. And so Israel's doing what they want. Like Israel's not controlling the
Yeah.
U.S. Like
Israel's a client state.
Outpost. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a client state, just like Ukraine, just like South Korea. They're geopolitically speaking, they are just a client state for the United States to encircle China, to encircle Russia, to encircle Iran, like all these Middle Eastern countries, and Asian countries. It's all a fucking geopolitical strategy, you know?
Yeah. Another not even hot take that I had, but something that I've been meaning to just like I think I have to like shift over to just recording like the front facing camera videos when I have a hot take instead of like the text thing because people
Yeah.
just like they start acting like I'm a bot or a fed if they don't have like a face card for it. It's like
oh,
it's
dude,
weird
they're gonna
like,
do that
that's-
regardless.
Yeah, they
They're
will.
Face
gonna do
card-
that
face card
regardless. Like,
But like
card never declined.
But my thing is, I think like if you think that Trump and Netanyahu are going to like do like a real estate development of Gaza, Gaza that either does or does not have a network of Hamas tunnels under it, depending on what the Israeli propaganda requires that day. Like they either do or do not. Like we don't know, but like we're just assuming that they do. Go ahead and try to move there. I encourage you to prepay right now. Put some money down on a real estate investment with Donnie Deals and Benjamin Netanyahu, the two most trustworthy people in the world. I encourage you to do a real estate deal with those guys and try to invest in Gaza right now. I think you should do that ASAP. I think you should put your net worth into that. Like cash out your retirement fund. Fuck it. It's a done deal, man. You're gonna live there. It's gonna
Dude,
be totally secure.
Did you see? I just thought of this. Did you guys see the clip of Netanyahu at the UN giving his speech and being like, "Well, did the Nazis ask the Jews to leave nicely?"
Oh right, yeah.
And I was just like, I shouldn't be surprised, but I was totally fucking gobsmacked. I was like, he's literally just being like, yeah, we can genocide the Palestinians because we asked nicely first. We asked nicely first.
Yeah,
which
we're
they
like
didn't.
slightly better than Nazis. Like
Yeah, like no, Satan Yahoo. You know.
Which like people have been also making the great comparison, like telling people to go to an aid distribution site after you've shut down the other 400 that existed already, and then corralling those people and then shooting them is not any different than putting them in gas chambers. Is no different. It's
absolutely.
literally just a
Exactly
modern
the
version
same.
of that.
It's the same.
You've made shooting galleries. You're just doing firing squads. That's all
Yep.
you've done. You've created an area to do firing squads. That's literally it. Like,
It's just a bigger
Um,
Warsaw ghetto,
I
basically.
know we were going to talk about
Yeah.
the Gaddafi thing. Do we want to shift over to just talking about the flotilla then? Because I also don't know if we're going to have anything to say about
Oh,
Gaddafi
I wa-
allowing anti-Semitism more than Bad Apanada said. So we could just recommend his video. But what do you have to say?
one other thing I wanted to say was that like get this Gaddafi guy. Whenever we say Gaddafi, I keep thinking it's Gaddafi himself is making
like the
his
real good
videos.
guy.
But like GDF, the YouTube channel, none of you should be watching him. It's bullshit. Anyone who does these like anti-Semitic dog whistles and is doing like the right-wing grift and trying to get right-wingers to watch their channel is not on our side. It's just bullshit. But like GDF is not the only person who's doing this. I've noticed in the last like couple of months a massive uptick and just outright anti-Semitic content online, and I mean like real stuff, like people being like I'm noticing.
Oh my god, that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
also people being like 108 countries who got kicked out of 108 countries, and I honestly, this might be me being Mr. Tinfoil Hat, but like, probably the algorithms are consciously boosting this shit just to discredit anything remotely pro-Palestine. I wouldn't be surprised if that's
Yeah.
the case.
I've absolutely had it happen a couple times where like because when I see
Dude,
like
I
a
see
good pro-Palestine
some of them
post-
some of them comment on your videos, like your channel as well.
I haven't
Yeah.
blocked them.
Oh, you probably have. You
Okay.
probably have blocked them now.
I
But
I
like,
usually do
they-
a pretty good job of it.
the comments still show up. I'm like, where these cunts weren't around? Like, I don't remember these people being around in like 2024. You know?
I guess that's a problem. Like, I'm still not clear on if I collab on a post with some other people and then I block somebody who's a problematic commenter. Does it not go away? Like, does it say or other people that like I have blocked?
I think
but
you
then
have
other
to-
people.
I think you have to delete the comment.
God damn it! There's gonna be
Otherwise
a lot
it
of shitty
stays
comments on
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The comments that are on the GDF videos. I mean, you could probably go onto one of those videos and just look at the comment section, and it's just nothing but like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Jews control the world. It's absolutely crazy.
The point being that is the acceptable narrative. That's the acceptable criticism because it gives the
Yep.
Zionists the pass to continue doing genocide and continue playing the
Yep.
victim card while they actually persecute people.
Yeah, they want like that, and that's what these fucking idiots don't get, right? Is that like when you are doing this, and it's not that I like really give that much of a shit about anti-Semitism these days. Like, obviously, anti-Semitism is really bad, but it doesn't really have. It's a fringe internet thing that happens, right? It's not real. There's no anti-Semitism crisis.
Jews aren't being stopped from getting jobs. You know what I mean?
No, then yeah, they're not being stopped from getting jobs. They're not actually being oppressed. They're just white people, right?
You know what's weird is that
Like-
sorry, go ahead. I'll let you make your point.
Yeah, sorry, the last they're just white people. So, but then but they like when the fact that the acceptable narrative about Israel is this anti-Semitic bullshit because it gives them what's the word? I forget what the term is, but it gives them an excuse to keep doing the genocide.
Mhm.
Like pro-Israel people can just keep doing the genocide.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just so fucking gross. I just want to scream at people and be like, can you like recognize that what's going on is bad without being like a fucking reactionary about it? Like, is anyone in the West fucking capable of being anti-genocide without being like, oh, also we should I hate Jewish people. Like, is anyone in the West fucking capable of developing even the slightest bit of class consciousness or understanding about the way things actually work, or that capitalism is like the real issue? It's always, I'm just like, I feel like I'm going fucking insane when I go online and what I see is like people being like, oh my God, this genocide in Gaza is so awful. This is why we need to get rid of Jewish people. I'm like, oh my God, stop.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, please just figure out that the problem is capitalism and colonialism, and it's not that.
It's
you know?
you feel like a broken record, but like they'll
Yeah.
keep coming, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I like go so hard in the paint at these people. It's like I feel like I'm actually trying to use my public platform for a good thing. Like I have always been posting memes with the intention of drawing people in to then direct them to actual communism, like the immortal science, like actual resources, whether it's podcasts that I think are actually doing good work, books, like other people who are like posting in a way that is actually informative rather than just like brain rot designed to like get you to feel like you're doing revolutionary shit by like posting or liking other people's posts or whatever, whereas not trying to just like impoverish you by like having you pass around the same $200 to other like broke comrades or whatever. Like I want people to like actually make some kind of progress, even if it's just like mental progress, even if they're just like educating themselves and actually like learning a bit, like you're saying, Jared, like developing some class consciousness beyond like identity politics. It's like, even if you take the id Paul route, it's like there's a reason that there is like a crisis of black people being killed by police and not like gay people or like Jewish people, because a lot of times they can rely on their whiteness. Like white gay people actually will default to their whiteness when they feel like they are in trouble from the state. Like they will absolutely use that to their advantage. They can and do all the time, just like other marginalized people do. And like there's a reason that like there's not some crisis of like, even though there are a lot of fascists in the police force, like literal white nationalists, they're not like targeting Jews in the same way when they pull them over, because they have money. Like because they're white people. It's not because they're Jewish. It's like they're white people. Like they're literally white people. So like they have a different class position in the racist fascist US than like people of color do. And so by and large, they are doing better and can have better like connections with their wealth than like people of color do. And it's like, it's wild to me that like people just like take the most basic racist reductions of everything. But of course it's like you're saying, Jared, it's really frustrating, but all we can do is try to explain to them over and over again. And when I say that, like, I'm not doing the same thing by trying to like ask you for donations for my posts or some shit. It's like when we were like doing a Patreon, like any Patreon money I just give to you guys or anybody who will come on the show just to stream with us. But like when we were doing something and actually asking for Patreon money, we were making a really good product. Like that was the most effort I've ever put into like making content, with the amount of like notes we were writing, the way we were like going through it, and like the content we were producing and how much editing it took. It's like that was a real effort. So I didn't feel bad asking for like $5 to $7 a month for that kind of shit. But like,
we were putting in work. We were actually putting in work for that
things that
shit.
people are doing where they're just like, hey, I post a lot, so support me because I'm also like broke and a loser. It's like, dude, it's like if you guys think that like putting up the most broke losers as like your beacon of leftism is going to work for you guys, like go for it. I mean, go ahead and do it. But like, I just don't think that's going to work well. I think that there has to be more behind being a leftist than being a loser, and not fitting into society. Like that seems like it's something that is a narrative that has been foisted upon you to get you to identify as being losers and make sure that you continue losing. And that sucks.
It's the Western Marxism thing, man. It's Domenico Lacerda, where you're only, it's a politics of defeat, right? You're only a legitimate Marxist in Western leftist eyes if you're losing, if you are the underdog. You know what I mean?
Which is also weird. Like, it's just kind of weird how that plays into the narrative. It's like, it's only the most delusional leftists and also the conservatives who think that there is some kind of militant leftist movement that is about to take over their homes in the suburbs. It's like, where is that coming from? Like that paranoia. It's like, I don't know.
It's probably a combination of like, probably Trotskyism is in there somewhere, you know, like the whole like anti-Soviet Union shit, like neocons and conservatives in the middle of the century, in the 20th century, were like, oh yeah, Trotsky, please tell us everything about the Soviet Union, like you were an insider, you know. And so he was their lapdog basically for fascism. because he's a fucking piece of shit.
I'm gonna try and find the Chinese bone glue article. I looked up China science on
Bone
here.
glue.
So let's see. I'm gonna scroll down some. This is just China science on X.com, and they've got all kinds of cool things. But that is like literally a meme. Like another. I think I've said it before here, but like, I think
China's in 2100, dude. Like,
I think it is reasonable to say that like it might sound crazy, but I think it's reasonable to think that there may be huge underground cities in those Chinese cities that like it's just a meme
Hamas
here to
tunnels,
talk about.
yes.
Yeah,
there's,
like,
there's Hamas
because
tunnels in
They are
China.
human beings, and they have known for decades upon decades that the U.S. is a crazy warlike pig with nuclear weapons, and they thought, hey, maybe it'd be a good idea to prepare for that in some way. So I think that there may be a bunch of underground infrastructure under Chinese cities, and if not,
they're Chinese fallout.
yeah, I feel
shelters.
like they're already preparing to like weather any kind of nuclear apocalypse and or climate change by living underground, doing like Minecraft style farming under there, and sustaining billions of people under there.
Yeah.
And if not, if that's not already there, I think that you can definitely make the case that out of any country in the world, they have the capacity to build that for when it's needed, for when shit gets really bad. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Mm-hmm. It's plausible to me. You know, I mean, the fact that China was able to build their high-speed rail, the fastest in the world in like 20 years, and it crosses their entire country, and the fact that their cities, like just a random city in China, looks like Blade Runner. You know what I mean? Like it's except like pretty. It's like pretty Blade Runner, like not run down and disgusting. It's actually just really cool cyberpunk
you know what's so
stuff.
funny is like I saw two different versions of the same kind of video on Twitter, and it was the bionic hand, like the robot controlled hand, the prosthetic, and like the American version was saying like this is going to put everybody out of work, like say goodbye to all your like labor unions or whatever. And then the Chinese version was like, this is going to be the greatest prosthetic. You can control it with your brain. Like we're going to help so many billions of people. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is like,
I hate being in this society.
meanwhile, in the US, like China's inventing literal bone sauce, and like in the US, they're like, oh, Tylenol causes autism. Like what? Like, and they're like, what's my sauce on that? I smoked crack. Like what? Like what's the? I don't get the Tylenol thing. Where'd that come? I've never heard that before. That's such a crank. That's like a new crank thing.
Okay. So I know. So the Tylenol thing is specifically targeting the brand of Tylenol, not acetaminophen. Acetaminophen is a generic drug that actually works with Tylenol or whatever. So Tylenol, the brand, they're trying to. Trump is trying to eliminate Tylenol as competition for a company that Dr. Oz started up, I believe, and it's like it's his own medicine company that basically is going to be producing acetaminophen and stuff like that. And so it's a direct like helping out my billionaire best friend, not best friend.
That's
you
so
know,
awesome.
yeah.
That's so,
Like and Tylenol causes autism
that's
apparently.
so-
I've been taking it for years, so that means my chances are pretty shit right now.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
And they try to like correlate the that in the way that women who take Tylenol during pregnancy, you know, it increases the chances of autism and stuff like that. There is a correlation because women who get sick and have fevers and stuff like that during pregnancy will sometimes more than likely produce an autistic child because of various conditions in the womb and etc., like their health and stuff. But it's not a causation thing between the acetaminophen or the Tylenol or whatever. It's so fucking stupid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did find an article. I couldn't find it on China Science. I guess that tweet had gotten deleted because what was the tweet that I sent you guys in the chat? It was like somebody. Oh yeah, it was American scientist try to force feed burger to shrimp. Chinese scientist addresses oyster with respect. Oyster responds with bioconcrete recipe in fluent Mandarin. Because apparently that's how they derived this bone glue, was from like some kind of like shellfish. Like they took some kind of ingredient out of them, and it makes this Chinese researchers on Tuesday unveiled their self-developed world's first, quote, bone glue material capable of securely bonding fractured bone fragments within 2 to 3 minutes in a blood-rich environment. Inspired by oysters, this new biomaterial with a maximum adhesion strength of over 200 kilograms is fully biodegradable and can be naturally absorbed within about 6 months as the bone heals, eliminating the need for a second surgery required in traditional procedures. Having already been tested on more than 150 patients with proven safety and efficacy, it is expected to replace traditional metal implants, potentially revolutionizing orthopedic treatment. So yeah,
That is so cool. That is so cool,
they're
man.
calling it Bone 2. Bone 2. I like Bone 2. That's all.
That's
Bone 2.
yeah. So
That
much
is-
so much
that-
stuff in the United States is just actively going backwards. I feel like you're like actively getting stupider, but like reactionary and just dumber. But like you can be reactionary and not like anti-science, like completely anti-science.
Yeah.
Like Japan, for example, is one of the most reactionary countries in the world, and they're not gonna say they don't have like flat earthers and stuff like that. Like,
I guess the way that I understand reactionary, the term is that they're actively seeking like backwards progress, like regression. Whereas if you're conservative, you're not wanting any change. But reactionaries do want change from the current status quo. They just want to revert things. You know what I mean? And so like with the United States, we were seeing so much reactionary bullshit in the way that like the Trump administration is implementing all these policies and like implementing the 2025 bill or whatever thing. And by the way, I think that honestly, the more bad things that happen to the U.S., that's going to be a net positive for the rest of the
Hopefully
world.
people do actually leave, or there's just like less Americans. Like, it
Yes.
would be better if people left and then started actually using the only things that they do that are political, which is like voting and then going to work and then spending their money. Those are all political things, whether you like it or not. Like, it'd be better if you did those things in like socialist countries. So it's actually better if socialist countries like China do better and incentivize you to move there, because there's not much else that incentivizes you fat pig Americans, other than those like self-interest, like literally just treat the right desire. So it's better if like China lures you there with your, like, I don't know, the idea of like a Wally lifestyle, and then you actually have to go there and then like work under the Communist Party. It's like, go do that, pigs.
yeah,
Dude, I would love to move to China. Whenever someone's like, well, "Why don't you go move there
bro.
if you love China so much?" Bro, I want to. I say this probably
like-
every stream. We have this conversation.
Literally, I
every
would like to
single
get to
time.
the stream to the point where we get like a bunch of like chuds who hate us, but then tune into our stream like they were on Nick Fuentes. Like, did you see those clips I posted where he was like angry at his audience because they were so fucking dumb? And they were asking all these dumb questions,
Yeah,
but then they're like,
yeah.
$5. Hey, how do I convince my wife to be a fascist like me? $100. Hey, why does everything suck? Why do the Jews control everything? Like $150. Hey, how do I convince people at work that I'm not scary and like gonna come and kill them or something? It's like all these dumb things that people were saying, and he was just like angry at his own audience. He's like, "You guys suck." He's like, "You guys are fucking retarded. I hate you. Like, stop emailing me. Stop sending me money." Like, it was so funny. How do we get an audience like that of
Yeah.
people who hate us, but then give us money to move to China? Like,
You have to be a cult leader, I guess. You know, cult of personality. We're not quite there yet.
oh my
I
God,
guess.
it's so funny though.
I love Nick Fuentes being
Yeah.
shocked that his audience is stupid. Like, bro, you should know that because you're a fascist. Like, that's you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
And he might just be rage baiting
Yeah.
them. He might know already, like, because obviously he's making content specifically with that purpose in mind. You know, to enrage people.
Yeah,
But like from a crazy right-wing
he's
fascist
king
stance.
of the grifters. So
The other
Yes.
thing was the
Yes,
so I brought this up, the salt battery. So I was trying to find the post. I think it was like Arnaud Bertrand, who's like pretty prolific on Twitter and says a lot of good things about
is that the Chinese ankle breaking battery ejecting car? That's the funniest.
Oh my god,
The
What?
funniest invention I've ever seen is China
that one I can pull up.
making-
That one's like from today, so I know what that post is. I
Yeah,
can find that
the
one.
car that
is that?
it's an electric car that ejects its battery in a crash, and it's like so the video of it's like so the way it ejects the battery is like so violent.
So the
Is
Oh,
that
you
it?
found
Tweet
that?
it
There
there?
it is. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They said blowing a motorcyclist in half with a broadside of lithium shot, like I was at the Battle of Trafalgar. Like,
You just imagine there's just some it's like, bro, cars aren't dangerous enough to pedestrians. How do we just fucking take out
Oh
an
my God.
entire crowd with a
Oh,
broadside?
that's some Mad Max shit.
it literally
that's
does
awesome.
shoot it out like those cannons from the old English ships. Like it just shoots it out like really fast. Like
Yeah.
imagine like
Arr,
the battery,
The
matey.
more shit I
the battery
see,
that's in your cell phone, but like 50 times larger and heavier and bigger and more dangerous. Like
Dude, I mean, listen, man. You just shoot it out. Who cares where it lands? Someone's gonna come by and pick it up, or it'll explode in the sun. Who knows?
Dude,
They
I
literally
once-
just have bombs.
I once was fucking with my cell phone. I punctured the battery, and this was at work. It caught on fire, and it was like, it went from like 0 to like a scary fire from like a really small battery in like 3 seconds. It's really fast.
Holy
like,
shit!
so it in that thing, it would be like literally like everybody's saying in the comments are like, way to just put an IED into all your cars. That's a really clever idea there.
yeah, I mean, the more I learn about electric cars, the less I'm like, oh, these aren't gonna fix anything. Like, we need to just get
But
rid
no,
of
that actually is
cars
not the
in
case
general.
now because China just fixed that. So this salt battery thing, again, I was trying to find the tweet that like Arnaud Bertrand or somebody like that sent, and they were like, people do not realize how revolutionary this is going to be, this salt battery thing, because it doesn't require the heat that lithium batteries do, and it doesn't. It's obviously common. Like salt is everywhere. Sodium you can find. Lithium is in Africa, and you have to enslave people to mine it. So like, this is
You
potentially
have to.
going
There's
to
no
end.
other way. You can't ethically do it. There's no other way
No,
to do it.
You can't
There's
do it.
no-
I'm sorry.
You have to enslave people. I'm sorry.
Isn't there a way to ethically enslave people? Can we
We've
do
tried
that?
that. It's capitalism.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it's about as ethical as slavery can get. You know, wage slavery.
Mm.
But no, I mean, so that is apparent. I don't know enough about engineering, electronics, batteries, or anything to know this to be the
Me
case.
neither, but we're on a podcast, so let's pretend we do. That's
But
like,
people who are smarter than me and
This
who
is gonna
tell me that China is
revolutionize
doing
everything.
great, they are telling me that this is going to make everything cool batteries that don't need a lot of temperature and don't blow up if you eject them out of the car like that. So
Dude,
are
imagine
they like solid state batteries? Is that what it is? Like,
aren't all batteries solid state?
let's see. This milestone
I don't
clears
know.
the way
Where-
for
Are
mass
there
production of
batteries with moving parts?
sodium ion
I'm not sure.
batteries.
We sound like a bunch of Joe Rogan guys being like, bro, there's batteries out there.
So these batteries offer significant advantages, including a lifespan of up to 25 years, operation at temperatures as low as negative 40 degrees Celsius, and a cost that is 10 times lower than comparable lithium-ion batteries. So yeah, they literally just deep-seeked the whole green energy lithium-ion thing.
Yeah, can't wait for
Lithium-ion.
can't wait for the United States to immediately try and torpedo this technology and make sure it never sees the light of day. Like,
I mean, I don't want to like jump the gun. Like I'll look really stupid if I say that this is like more just huge than it is, but like it almost sounds like that. It's not. It sounds like it's on that level of like almost the water car thing. Like you know how you would hear people like, "Oh, I got the water car, I finally broke it," and then they're dead. Like they just die. Like
The what?
that's just always been like since the '90s. That has always been like the joke of like conspiracy theorists. Is like, yeah, the guy who perfected the water powered car and then
Oh yeah,
like-
yeah.
eats the wrong thing in a restaurant and has a heart attack that no one can explain, but it happens to coincide with the CIA shellfish gun or something.
It's like the plot of Cars 2, you know, where
I didn't see Cars too. You guys are younger than me. Sorry.
dude, fucking
yeah,
okay.
sorry, I'm not familiar with the Cars cinematic universe.
Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because in Cars 2, they create a fucking this billionaire Elon Musk sort of standing creates a fuel that's like super green and like it replaces gas and shit like that, so it's like really eco-friendly, and then they use it to I think they use it to like kill people, to kill cars. As like a way of making it seem like, oh no, green energy is like really unsafe because these people died from it. It's like a false flag, and it's like this movie is there's too
So
many
what this-
implications. I
Yeah.
encourage you go watch Cars 2 because it is
So this-
absolutely fucking ridiculous.
So this movie has like, so there was like a Cars CIA. I presumably there was like Cars Hitler as well. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
is there a
it's also
Cars?
weird. It's also weird because
Cars
the bad guys are
Holocaust.
the fucking Cars characters, the evil side that's like doing this shit are they're like disabled cars and so there's some very weird implications.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very strange. Anyways, that's my rant.
most important topic of the day.
Anyways,
I'm going to try and find the post where somebody explains like why this is going to be so revolutionary. But there also was this thing that I saw in the meantime that I think is really funny. Hold on, I just had it up. My bad.
I'm just gonna get some water. I'll be back in a sec.
all right.
So this was from Aliyah Morrow on Threads, and she had said she was responding to Donald Trump's like
is Truth Social?
his
post?
Truth Social thing saying he's gonna like send all these troops to Portland, and she was like, Portland's homicides dropped 51% in early 2025, down to 17. And so I just replied to her. I was like, Trump sends in soldiers, liberals. I can fact check this. One of my best Threads posts. I don't really do so well on Threads.
Threads is the algorithm on Threads is a complete mystery to me.
Dude, did you watch this whole video of Saddam Hussein here?
No. What
So
is he-
like, this is this video. Somebody's like Zhao Dashuai on Twitter has some funny posts. Also some semi-racist posts sometimes. It's kind of weird. But
Yeah.
she says Pete Hegseth meeting with 100 U.S. generals at an undisclosed location in Virginia. Talking about this meeting that's I guess going to happen tomorrow, where Pete Hegseth called in all the generals from around the world just to meet here. And so this video, like Saddam Hussein called these all his top brass here. He's calmly lighting this cigar, and then he's like, "What do we do with the traitors? Nothing but
badass.
swords. Nothing but swords." So he calls these guys names, and then they have to go out, and they go out into the hallway, and this is like 4 minutes long, so we can't watch the whole thing. But I swear to God, like at the end of this, like you hear dudes being killed by swords, like you hear them like doing you hear them doing like the Wilhelm scream. It's like like they're dying at the hands of swords. Like at the end, like, you just hear them. Like
I love Saddam Hussein.
it's bad.
He's so cool.
Saddam Hussein was killing a bunch of his generals?
So look, he's like got all these dudes here. Is like what's this?
He's like doing the Stalin purge, but like actually.
فاز إبراهيم أيوب غسان مرهون
The jets.
أحمد إبراهيم صالح محمد مناف الياسين واللي يقرأ اسمه يردد شعار الحزب.
Saddam just repeats, whoever has their name read, you have to stand up and repeat the party oath, and then you leave the room.
By swords?
To be killed by swords. Yes.
I heard the guy go.
حميد عبد
What? And
اللطيف
then, wait,
Listen, just
خالد عبد
just wait
الرحمن
till the end. Like it's gonna be like another minute or so, and then like there's some kind of like
سلطان الشاوي
a bunch of these dudes go out in the hall, and then behind them you just hear like this commotion in the hall. You hear some screaming, and then like the audience members who are still there, like the loyal people who remained, they start clapping or something just to like drown it out, I guess, because they're all just awkwardly sitting there. But then you hear people being like fucking murdered, and then you see like Saddam and his guy at his right hand side. They're just like kind of dabbing their eyes, like.
أناشدكم أيها الرئيس وأناشد
And they just start clapping again to like drown it out.
إذا تناشدوني
نحن بنعرف يا وحدك، نحن بنعرف يا وحدك، فلتسقط الخونة، نموت ويحيى وحدك، نموت ويحيى وحدك.
What the fuck?
So it starts over
Bro,
again. Yeah.
You know, you can just fire people. You don't need to kill them with swords. Like, you don't need to-
Oh my god.
With swords though, that's crazy shit. Dude.
That's so. Yeah.
Dude, that
What
was
you trainers
base.
did? Nothing but swords. Like, imagine like unironically doing that shit to people. Oh my god, dude.
Was that after Kuwait? Or, like,
I don't know.
before?
I mean, that's just what you get for opposing Saddam, man. That's you can't go against Saddam.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, dude.
That's also like I can tell people don't watch like the entire clip when I post something because like if you watch the end of that clip, that's like some wild shit. Like
Yeah. Yeah, no, you could definitely hear like guys screaming at multiple points.
the dude's
know?
whimpering. That's what gets me. It's like the guy's going, oh, it's like, oh man, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been sorted. Clearly.
So-
Dude, you've been sorted.
What do you guys want to talk about now?
I don't even know how to follow that up. Oh my
That's
god.
Crazy.
Well,
fucking
guys, that was a
crazy.
great
I'm just
podcast.
like dabbing my eyes here, just like we can
wow.
call it a night if you guys want. We did an hour 16. That's like a good amount.
Yeah.
Did we have any other topics?
Let me look in the let me check in the Discord there. Sorry guys.
We're running dry, man. The well is running dry.
We covered the Chinese bone glue. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we actually had the post in there. Trump announces he's designating Antifa as a major terrorist organization. We had that in there from CBS News. We just weren't looking.
I was just informed by a loyal confidant off screen that U.S. Congress is trying to set up. Republicans are trying to pass a bill. Yeah, okay. They're trying to pass a bill that they're trying to get Charlie Kirk like on money, on a dollar bill.
Oh my god, hilarious!
Good. Do it.
I hope they do
Fucking
that.
Do it. Like, I support the US doing anything that makes them a laughing stock in the entire world. Like,
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, this is a disgrace to our democracy. It's all like, shut the fuck up. It's funny. Do it. Put Charlie Kirk on the money. It's really funny. Do it.
Yep.
Like, anyone who still takes the US like project seriously, like thinks to themselves, this is anything worth upholding, or you want to talk about US quote unquote democracy, you should
You should get
something
sorted.
yourself. Like, yeah, you should, yeah, like, use it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. Like, aren't we a bit beyond being outraged about anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
US is a fucking joke. Like, do anything that makes the US worse is based. It's awesome.
Yes.
Jack Collins again in the chat on Instagram. They've been contributing a lot. They said, "Hey Mike, visas to move to China are becoming a big thing. Check out the K visa that will become effective October 1st as a reaction to the U.S.'s $100,000 H1B visa fee." Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Hold on, let me just do it right now. You guys,
Cool.
talk for a little bit. Let me look this up.
So, Jared, how's your day been?
I mean,
I just started my day. I only just woke up, mate.
Oh right, yeah,
I only just woke up. Yeah.
Right, I forget you're
like
like
10.
in the future,
It's 20 past 10 in the morning here.
bro. You're living in the future. One day.
I
ahead of us.
never forgot about the bougie coffee that we talked about before we even started recording. We could play the Zizek clip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh my God, the Zizek clip.
So China's new
Zizek
K
clip?
visa beckons foreign tech talent as U.S. hikes H-1B fee. So Beijing, September 29th. So yeah, this is today. China's new visa program aimed at attracting foreign tech talent kicks off this week, a move seen boosting Beijing's fortunes in its geopolitical rivalry with Washington, as a new U.S. visa policy prompts would-be applicants to scramble for alternatives. While China has no shortage of skilled local engineers, the program is part of an effort by Beijing to portray itself as a country welcoming foreign investment and talent, as rising trade tensions due to U.S. tariffs cloud the country's economic outlook. I think their outlook is fine. I don't think it's very cloudy. I think they're doing all right. China has taken a series of measures to boost foreign investment and travel, opening more sectors to overseas investors and offering visa waivers for citizens from most European countries, Japan, and South Korea, among others. Damn it, not the U.S. Okay.
Dude, move to Europe, become a citizen or something like that.
I
Then
guess.
move to China.
All right, me and my partner, we're gonna move and then marry other people for citizenship, and then we'll just like back pockets, like we actually still love each other, and then we'll get to China like circuitously that way.
Oh my God.
That's smart.
I'm
wonder if
sorry.
they do
I'm
it-
still.
They don't do it for Americans. I wonder if they do it for Australians. Oh, I'd have to learn Mandarin.
I'm
I
still
can't.
sorry. My cat. Oh my God.
So
I'm
I'm
still-
having trouble. I have trouble speaking English, so I don't know what you know.
Quote,
I
the
mean-
symbolism is powerful. While the U.S. raises barriers, China is lowering them, said Iowa-based immigration attorney Matt Montel-Medici, referring to China's new visa category called the K visa, which launches on Wednesday. So, all right, cool. I mean, that's I will be looking into that. I don't have a tech
On a
degree or anything, but
on a more like serious note, the United States is experiencing a massive brain drain at the moment.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like there are a shitload of I think in particular people who work in science are leaving the United States. So to go to China specifically, because China's one of the only countries that still funds scientific research. Because again, I don't know if anyone's aware of this, but scientific research in general isn't profitable because it's not profitable to research anything that benefits humanity. It's more profitable to make like a new kind of dick pill that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like,
or
it's
a
like-
weapon. You know?
Yeah, or a gun. Like a new type of gun that only make sure it only targets civilians or some shit. Like that's the only kind of science that makes money in the US.
Yeah.
But like
These
in
bullets
China,
are specifically made to puncture children's skulls.
yeah, literally. In
I mean,
China,
like,
there
Israel
might-
has bombs that like just shred people. They don't even explode as much as they like shred people apart. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, in China, because they're not, because they're a socialist country, they're not just driven by making profit is not the main motive force behind their country. So research, it goes into whatever the fuck they want it to. The thing is, in the long run, that stuff does end up making a shitload of money for whatever country, but you have to put in the legwork to actually research that stuff first. And the Americans are only capable of thinking like one quarter at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's all about what can we do to increase profits right now.
You know what's so ironic
And-
is that like the argument always has been socialism, no iPhone, and that was always based on ignoring the fact that the iPhones were made in China to begin with, and that like when you harped on the fact that they were made by people who needed suicide nets, and that was because of Taiwanese factories with like Taiwanese labor laws that were not on the communist mainland. It's like it was the perfect just like layer upon layer of contradictions that show that like capitalism was doing all the worst parts of that process and communism was doing all the most productive and efficient parts of that process that actually helps people and gave them a product that they really wanted, which was a smartphone to dumb them down. I don't know. It's just like and then it's reflected all the way up until you had like the TikTok algorithm for Chinese people, which like leads them into STEM and productive things, and then the American algorithm, which leads them right into idiocracy, literally. But it's like this just ties into what I was saying earlier. It's like the Treat-Lorite desire for selfish desire will like lead people to learn Mandarin and move to China because more than like it's like your desire to like argue with people here in America and say that actually the first cell phone was invented by the Soviet Union, which is true. The cell phone technology came from the Soviet Union, and most of technological development and research, like you're saying, Jared, it's not profitable and has been funded by the state, like either state-funded universities that then get bought up by private companies and have their knowledge taken and then like copyrighted by those private companies and like hoarded. It's like we've been arguing with people here trying to convince them of the benefits of socialism based on our own white supremacy, thinking that like These are the people that need to be convinced by arguments rather than just seeing they will be convinced by actual material changes and benefits from the yellow people, from the sign, like from the people that you are scared of, because they are not white people. They will be taught by the Chinese people who actually do socialism correctly, and they'll be taught by the material benefits, by reality, not by your rhetoric that was based on literal white supremacy, like the self-importance of white people teaching other people that we need to correct ourselves rather than just learning from the people in the global south. Like,
I think one of the coolest things that in recent memory was when, you know, the whole Xiaohongshu Red Note thing happened, and just that suddenly broke down so many barriers, and normal everyday Americans were like seeing a window into the everyday life of an average Chinese citizen, and it's like, wait a minute, they can afford food, they can just buy food every day and like go to work, and they like have fun at night, like there's people like doing like activities outside because there's no homeless people, there's no criminals. Like, I mean, obviously there's like, you know, they have issues, they have crime and stuff, but like it's not nearly to the same level of like you go outside in the US and you have to be ready to kill somebody. You have to be ready to defend yourself. You know, you don't know what's going to come around the corner.
I'm ready to kill these people just for different reasons, because I don't like them.
Oh, yeah.
You guys may live in dangerous areas. I don't know.
I
remember
I'm in Florida.
I used to I had briefly dated this chick from Texas, and she was like, yeah, from Texas. And
She was packing.
like, what? Yeah. She was like, damn, it's crazy how you guys just walk around at night. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about?
Do you
She's
not
like,
walk
yeah, you
around
guys.
at night? Like,
Yeah.
She's like, I was like, you don't walk around at night? She's like, no, you'll get probably murdered. And I was like, that's probably your just white supremacist, racist bullshit. You probably think seeing a black person means you're going to get murdered. But like, I was like, that's really funny that Americans think that's really funny that Americans feel unsafe all the time.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's no wonder, really. You know,
I mean, if she is from Texas, I don't know. Like, there's some weird areas in this country where like there is poverty in areas that doesn't look like run down. Like, it's weird how like there will be areas that are like new construction, but then the poverty in there is like really bad. And like, I remember I sent a video when I still had like,
because it's all McMansions, right? It's McMansions and people who are like over leveraged with massive amounts of debt.
Well, that or
buying
it's
these
like
shitty houses.
It's
Like
rental.
gentrification.
It's like people who like buy up huge housing units and then they rent it out to people. So like they may be new and they may look nice, but then the people living in them are very poor and very exploited, and then they're subject to like a lot of just like, you know, conditions that are like not desirable. Like, the reason I'm thinking of this is because I remember seeing a video of like a dude who was like about to be shot, like he was about to be robbed, and then he shot the guy who was about to rob him, and he just like he reacted so fast, it was like Wild West shit. And
Yeah.
it was jarring to me because it looked like an apartment complex that like I had rented in before. Like, these are just like boilerplate, like cookie cutter apartment complexes where it's like you have the staircase in the middle, you have units on either side, the staircase is like exterior, it's like made out of concrete, and then like you walk up them and like everything's new. It's like all the nice white trim around it and everything, all the vinyl siding. But this dude like walked up to this other guy, obviously was about to rob him, and then dude who was about to just unlock his apartment door clocked so fast that he was about to be robbed with his keys in his hand that he pulled his pistol from. That was like he was not even like concealed carrying, he was like exterior carrying, like what do you call it, like open carrying,
carry,
yeah, holster on the outside. And he was like, I will not be caught lacking. He like pulled his pistol and like shot this dude in the fucking forehead immediately. Like, he just like pulled it out and just like, dude. And like, so I can see like it is a culture here, Jared, like especially people who live down south, like they will test each other on their draws. Like, there's videos of people, they do the caught lacking test. They will go up to like, they'll be in a car, they'll have their passenger seat like filming them, and they pull up in a car to somebody else in the car, they pull out their gun and start pointing it at somebody else in their car, and then the person in the other car just pulls out their gun, like showing that like, hey, you're not going to catch me. Like, not like, that's how it is here in the US a lot.
Yeah. It's the Wild West.
That's deranged.
Yeah, it is.
That's really fucking. That's a really deranged society.
Dude, anybody can just get sorted at any moment.
Yeah, sorted.
Anybody can get fucking sorted. No, that's Great Britain.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
actually is.
that's
It's the
so-
UK.
Yeah,
is-
it's the UK, Great Britain. What the fuck am I
great.
saying?
It's incredibly it's incredibly alien to me, and that's not me being like, because like Canadians and Australians will have a tendency to be like, oh, we're so much better, and it's like we're not really, obviously not. We're still, what's the word I'm looking for? Treatler
It's a different
rights.
kind.
We just don't have a gun. Just incorrect feeling of superiority, because we
No, I
don't.
think-
I guess just because we don't murder each other in the streets as much, but.
I think this is a
Um,
reflective moment. Like this shows like the difference in lifestyle because like I'm saying, like I sent that video to some when I used to have liberal friends, like the people that I'm now talking shit on publicly online because they decided to ignore genocide, and I think they're horrible people for that. Those people were horrified when I sent them that video. They were like, "Oh my god, he just domed that dude." I'm like, "What do you think is happening out here, you guys? Like, what country do you think you live in? Like, I know you guys live in the suburbs, you never see this shit, but like, there was a time not too long ago, like when they were also like." Kind of poor. I was like, you guys used to live in apartments that looked just like this. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how are you surprised? And like, well, they didn't live in apartments that looked like this in that area. They lived in apartments that looked like that in a different suburb where it was a little wealthier. So it's like, I think your reaction, Jared, is the same thing because you live in just a country that is, I guess, the level of lifestyle that like our suburbs are here. You live in a civilized country as opposed to like us in the US. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
Yeah, the U.S. is like, I mean, people have been saying that we're living in like a new Gilded Age, where it's you've got the highest heights of wealth and power and luxury, and then the vast majority of normal people in the U.S., while they are still Treatlerites, they are living in, a lot of them are living in squalor, the poverty. It's like. And it's such a thing that you have to like kind of comprehend, and like it's hard to like it's hard for me to wrap my mind around how people can have such shitty lives, such shitty conditions in the US and still just be like, nah man, we're the best country in the world. I don't get it.
I mean, that's like
It's,
literally what.
Well, you're
Jared,
just the
when you were
most
asking-
propagandized people in the
Yeah,
world.
when you were asking if the
That's-
people really believe it, like they do believe it, and like you can see
Yeah.
that happen. You can have a conversation with an American, and you can watch the moment it goes from, well, we are the best country in the world, and so even when our military is doing quote unquote bad things, it's still for a good cause. When it switches to, okay, but like nobody can defeat us, so it doesn't matter even if we're totally wrong. And you can watch that mission switch. Like you can watch them go from being like we're the benevolent all-powerful guys to, okay, we're the mean guys, but we're still all-powerful, so fuck you anyway. Like
Yeah, there's a switch that goes in their brain where they just drop the bleeding heart liberal like performance that they're doing and
Yeah.
tell you what they really believe because they're just fascists. Like
Yes,
what they really
yes.
believe is fascism.
And like
And it's
liberals
a-
will do
it's
this.
a-
Liberals will do this. They will literally do this, especially if you bring up China or Russia, if it gives them the excuse because they think that those countries are worse, and then that therefore they can do whatever, and then it will still be okay because at least China or Russia didn't do it.
Yep. Australians are exactly the same. It just takes a little bit longer to get them to switch that, to turn the fascism switch on in their brain. Like just a little bit, just takes a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like we're just like Canadians, really. If you think about what Australians are, they're just Canadians. Like you have this incorrect belief that you're like superior because you're not American. And the thing about that is that's such a low bar. Like
Yeah.
it is such a low bar to just not be American. Like America's like this uniquely deranged. America's like a uniquely
agree.
deranged society. So, and every other capitalist society on the planet is like much more normal style, like much more normal than the US. That doesn't mean they're actually good or anything like that. They're not.
Yeah.
They're awful. You
Yeah,
know?
as I
Yeah.
always say, you're just witnessing what your capitalist society would be like when you remove more of the social benefits.
Yeah. Just give it 20 years.
Yeah.
All right, and you guys want to wrap it?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
All right, we did an hour and a half. I think this was a fun one. Talked about some current events. I stopped the podcast dead with the sorting moment. I think it was pretty funny.
Dude, that was so funny.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I was sitting there still laughing to myself while you were reading that other article. I fucking completely forgot what it was. I was just still laughing to myself, like, bro,
Funny shit. Saddam was
played that
brutal,
clip.
man.
He played that clip of Saddam Hussein sorting his whole party or just people, traitors. Oh my
All right.
god, dude.
Well, that's what you get when you cross Saddam, and that will be the future under communism. So just letting you guys know.
Hell
All right,
yeah.
No, I'll see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you guys all on Instagram. Thank you all for joining us. I'll see you next
Yep.
time.